Before we go any further, we're going to talk to Hallie Dixon, who is running for district attorney in Baldwin County. Hallie Dixon, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Hallie Dixon. I've never met you, but I feel like I know you because I see you standing on the side of the road.
All I can say is I'm not afraid of hard work, and that is a blast. I know people think it's embarrassing the first 5 minutes maybe, but after that it's just fun.
Well, how many times have you been standing out on the side of the road waving at cars?
At this rate, I can't even count them, at least 5 or 6, and I have a wonderful group of folks that when I'm out meeting people face to face and traveling all over the county and popping in every gas station and business, they're out standing there for me. So all I can say is, they're a testament to my candidacy. I have been blessed, that's for sure.
All right. Well, I want to hear a little bit about your career. As I said, I've never met you, but I've seen you on the side of the road, and I've seen pictures of you, and you look very, very youthful. And I'm not saying that to be complimentary of a female, but you look very, very young, and yet I know you've accomplished quite a bit. So fill us in on your career. What's the resume look like?
Well, I grew up here locally and graduated from University of South Alabama and then Alabama Law School, and came back and practiced for about 7 years in private practice. And you know how that is. You do what pays the bills. I did a little bit of everything, and then went to work for the DA's office here in Baldwin County in '06, worked my way up, did everything from bad checks to capital murders, and did all that, and was eventually promoted to chief assistant, and then took a job with the Attorney General's office and have practiced all over the state and prosecuted cases all over the state for the past couple of years. So I've pretty much, if it's been done in the field of criminal justice, I've pretty much done it.
Okay, you're running for...
the picture... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
The picture is from 20 years ago?
No, the picture... All I can tell you is that my sister-in-law has talent. She took the picture for me, and she is obviously gifted.
It's like some college kid running for DA. I mean, that's quite the glamour shot.
Well, I have. It's funny because, like I said, it was my sister-in-law, and it was in my parents' living room. If that tells you anything,
okay.
But all I can tell you is between my sister-in-law and the jeans my mama gave me, I have to tell you that I've been pretty fortunate in that area too.
All right, a lot of people are running for DA in Baldwin County. Why do you want to be DA?
Well, I think the fact that a lot of people are running, obviously indicates that we need a change in the leadership, and it's critical. I don't expect folks to just take that out of faith. I'm running for office, but they can ask. We absolutely have to have a change in the leadership, and I bring qualifications that no other candidate has. I've run my own practice. I've been in business. I've prosecuted. I've been on the other side. I've prosecuted all over the state. And I've got what it takes. I've got the experience, and I've got the grit. And I have the confidence and the trust of law enforcement. And to be honest with you, I've got the right priorities for the job. So I really want to bring all of that and get the priorities of the office straight and let people know that the office is there to serve them.
Well, we'll talk just a little bit about that, Hallie Dixon. When you talk about change, that there are several people trying to get some change and priorities need to be straight. What needs to be done? What needs to happen there in the DA's office?
I think most folks in Baldwin County, at least, have gotten some of the statistics, but our backlog over here is horrendous. We have 4,000 felony cases pending. We've had 4,000 felony cases pending.
4,000 cases pending?
Yes.
So how long of a backlog is that? Is that several months, 4 or 5 months of backlogged cases?
If I quote the press register, which is the most recent statistic, more than 36% of those, at the end of 2009, I think, more than 36% of those 4,000 were more than a year old.
Oh, my goodness.
And I think people, those are numbers, but when people think about the fact that that's 4,000 victims out there waiting to go to trial, more than 1,400 of them or 1,300 of them have been waiting longer than a year, the ramifications of that for victims is just horrific. But not just victims. There's a ripple effect. It affects burnout in law enforcement, it affects burnout in prosecutors, it affects the confidence of people in our justice system, and it affects our pocketbook. Every taxpayer pays for that delay, and that ripple effect is huge. So it's just critical that we get back to what we need to be doing in that office, which is making sure that our priority is prosecuting those cases that need to be prosecuted, getting them into court, making sure that we're efficient, changing how we process our cases, and then making sure that we're getting the bad guys, child offenders, sex offenders, violent offenders, repeat offenders. That's where our resources have to be spent.
Okay, well, Hallie Dixon, how can people find out more about you? Do you have a website?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Dixon4DA, which is the number 4.com, so it's Dixon4DA. We're on Facebook. And to be honest with you, they can drive around the county. Eventually, they'll see me standing out on the street corner,
all right,
waving a sign, and they're welcome to stop and ask me questions.
All right, well, Hallie Dixon, thank you very much for telling us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. Y'all have a wonderful day.
All right, that was Hallie Dixon running for DA in Baldwin County. How about that backlog? That's quite a long time to have to wait for a felony case to make its way through the system. All right,